And that's me building from my phone right now. And I just finished version 2 of my Flippos app entirely on my phone. Well, almost. I added link to this app in the description. It's free to use and it's perfect for celebrating any special moments. I previously did a 10-day app building challenge and someone commented betting I will do a 24-hour build next. Well, good idea, but I wanted to switch things up a bit and try something not many people have done yet. So instead, I decided to build my app directly from my phone using AI. Last month, I went on a little getaway. While I was relaxing in a sunset jacuzzi at my Airbnb, I started thinking about ways to improve my Flippos app. And then it hit me. What if I could just build it right here, from my phone, in the hot tub? It turns out AI agents today can actually clone my project, work on it in the cloud, and then submit all the changes as a pull request when they're done. That looked very promising. So if I can chat with this mobile agent on my phone, pull the changes it makes, and then find a way to build and test everything remotely, that basically solves the whole problem. And just like that, a plan started forming. I downloaded Termius on my phone, connected to my Raspberry Pi at home. Yep, I built a low-budget personal server using a Raspberry Pi. If you're interested, check out my other video on how to do that. Okay, now we're cooking.
Nice.
Next, to get the changes, as Cursor documented, it will clone the repo, creates a new branch, makes the edits, and opens a pull request. Then, problem seems simple enough. All I needed to do is just fetch the remote repo and check out that branch. That should give me everything the AI changed. So I wrote a small script to do exactly this and added it as a quick action in Termius. If I want, I can also see the diff directly in the Cloud Agent window to see exactly what changes it made. At this point, I'm really close. I can access the project remotely. I can pull code changes. Of course, I can also run the build command and spin up the app on localhost port 3000. And to play with it on my phone, I just need to set up port forwarding through the existing SSH connection, which is also configurable inside Termius. And just like that, the final piece clicks into place. So now to build from my phone, I just need to talk to the Cloud Agent, run a shortcut script to fetch the changes, then build and see it live on my phone. Over the following week, I worked on version 2 of my Flippos app, almost entirely from my phone at any random time, like during those 1 minute YouTube ads, or while sitting on a park bench in a beautiful afternoon, or when those $1 million ideas hit in the shower, or during my commute to the office. Okay, nope, don't do that. So, after about a week of this vibe coding on my phone experience, I finally get to talk about things I like and don't like. But before that, let me show you the total cost from my past week of phone vibe coding. I'm on the Cursor Pro plan, which is a $20 per month subscription, and it comes with 2 separate usage metrics. One is the auto and composer mode, which counts token or credit usage when you're talking to the agent in the desktop version. The other is API usage, which counts usage in other modes, and the Cloud Agent actually falls under this. So, if you already have a Cursor subscription, make sure you're taking advantage of this if you didn't know before. It comes with $20 credit, and I believe Cursor also provides some extra on the house credits each billing period. I'm not exactly sure about the amount, but during my last week building version 2 of my Flippos app, I used about 60% of that, with a decent number of changes and commits that completely redesigned 3 front-end pages for me. Now, for my feedbacks over the past week, what I loved most about it is that it's super accessible. You know those moments when you suddenly have an idea about a new feature, or some tiny bug fixes, or even a UI tweak? Instead of writing them down into a notebook app, I can just send it straight to the AI agent. And by the time I'm back at my desk, the changes are ready for review and testing. Another big plus is that It naturally fits into the way we work with AI nowadays. Think about it. Have you ever written a super long and detailed prompt so that you can hit enter and then walked away to grab coffee or watch another cat's video while it works? If you're using tools like Cursor or Cloud Code, you probably feel the same, that AI agent is reshaping the ways we coding and working on projects. I agree that we still need to spend time think deeply about architecture and design, but we're spending way less time manually writing code and implementing changes. We don't have to spend all our time doing boring work in front of a screen. Sometimes a solid prompt followed by a quick review is all it takes to move a project forward. Yes, I mean a solid prompt. But there are also things I don't like about vibe coding on a phone. For example, testing can be painful. If you already have a robust unit test or system test for your project, then good for you. You probably have much less to worry about. But if not, just imagine working off a small phone screen, especially when you are testing some desktop UI changes, can get frustrating fast. Also, going through hundreds of lines of diff on a phone screen isn't great if you take code reviews seriously. For real. Another mistake that I made early and I wasn't aware of is that I was always starting a new chat every time I iterated on the same feature. I ended up with 8 different pull requests when I get back to my screen on day 1, and I couldn't even tell which was which. With Cursor, each new agent creates a new branch created for a pull request, so if you're iterating on the same feature, just ask follow-up questions instead of starting a new chat. Now, everything I did this past week was based on an existing project. So you might wonder, what if I want to start building an app completely from scratch? Will I still be able to do that completely on the phone? Well, I haven't tried that yet, but I think what you can do is just create a new repo on GitHub or any other code hosting platform from your phone browser, connect it to your AI agent, and then you should be able to talk to Cloud Agent as usual. And I don't see any reason why it wouldn't create a new project for you in that case. But again, I haven't tested it yet. So if you tried it before or know the answer, let us know in the comment section. So yeah, that's been my experience building apps from my phone. If you found this helpful or interesting, drop a like, so YouTube will show you more content like this. And subscribe to follow along my journey of building in public. And I will see you in the next video.